Hello, this is Alex from Lincoln Park Library, and today is How To Tuesday is how to make buttermilk biscuits. So ingredients that you will need 1 cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can also make your own. So the proportions are 1 cup of milk to 1 tablespoon of either lemon juice or vinegar that's used to curdle the milk. So if you're going to make your own, combine your 1 cup of milk with your 1 tablespoon of either one of those, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then make sure you chill it. You'll also need 6 tablespoons of butter that you will cut in, 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and then you'll also need a cast iron skillet or any kind of oven-safe skillet. So for step 1, you want to combine your dry ingredients first in a bowl. So that's your salt, your flour, baking powder, and baking soda. Another optional thing that you can do if you would like a sweeter biscuit, you can add 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. So I did not do that because I prefer a savory biscuit versus a sweeter biscuit with sweeter dough, but that is something that you can do if you like a sweeter biscuit. So once you combine your dry ingredients, you move on to step 2. So this is when you will cut in your 6 tablespoons of cold butter. So what I actually do, I use a cheese grater. It's just a lot easier than having to cut in the butter. So pretty much if you grate your 6 tablespoons, as you can see up here, over your dry ingredients, it falls right in, and then all you have to do is mix it together, and it looks like this second picture right here. So whatever way you want to do that, once you cut in your butter, you are going to then add in your buttermilk. So it's really important that you don't overwork mixing the dough. So it should be lumpy, it shouldn't be perfectly smooth at all, like just combine it. Don't even worry about mixing it thoroughly, because once you dump it out and start the next step, that will all be fixed. So just very important, don't overwork the dough. So for step 3, you want to heat your oven to 420 degrees. And I don't know if anyone has watched the Dutch Baby recipe that I did for How To Tuesday. It's a similar thing. You're going to place your oven-safe skillet or your cast iron, as I use, that skillet, in the oven to heat up. So while that's heating up, as the oven heats up, you want to flour a surface. You'll want to dump out your dough onto that surface, kind of like make it into a very loose ball, and then flatten it to about like 1 inch or 1.5 inches thick. And then you'll take either a cookie cutter or a sharp glass, like I used a wine glass, a stemless wine glass, to cut out your circles of dough. Just another note as well, make sure you flour your cookie cutter or the glass that you're using, just because everything tends to stick with this recipe. It's also a good idea to flour your hands as well, just so that less dough sticks to your hands. So once you've cut out all of your circles using all your dough, you're going to move on to step 4. Oven mitts are crucial from this point on. So make sure you have your oven mitts for when you take out your skillet. So you will want to melt 1 tablespoon of butter in the skillet before you place your little dough circles in there. So make sure that's melted and it coats the bottom of the skillet evenly. Then you'll place your dough circles into the skillet, as you can see up here. And then you're just going to take a brush and you're just going to brush the top of these with some melted butter. So you can either use a brush to get some from the bottom and do that, or you can also melt just like a tablespoon of butter in the microwave and then just brush that on top of all of the biscuits. So once you brush them with butter, you can place them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. I would check them at 15. For me personally, it was 18 minutes. So, at 15 I checked, it wasn't quite ready. I did an extra 3 minutes. 18 was perfect for mine. So I used a 10-inch skillet here, and you can see that I wasn't able to get all of them in here. So I also had a smaller skillet that I put the additional 2 biscuits that didn't fit in the main one. I put those in there. But that's pretty much how you make buttermilk biscuits. I mean, they're really, really simple. The ingredients list is very minimal. I think that it's mostly things that you probably have already. I will note, I think that buttermilk, using actual buttermilk is best, but for these in particular, I thought I had buttermilk, but I actually didn't. So I'll go back. I used the DIY buttermilk recipe for the 1 cup milk to the 1 tablespoon of acid, and created my own buttermilk, and they were still really, really good. So don't be discouraged if you don't have buttermilk or you don't feel like going out to get buttermilk. Honestly, like just having the milk and lemon juice mixture that I had was perfectly fine. It tasted maybe like a little different, but not in a bad way at all. But these biscuits are awesome plain. They're great, with some butter. I love them personally with like some kind of jam, like a strawberry lemonade jam I have right now that tasted really, really good. You can even do like some kind of compote if you want to do like, strawberry, raspberry, or maybe blueberry compote with them as well, would be super good. They're just a very versatile biscuit, and like I said before as well, if you prefer sweeter biscuits, you can also add sugar into them, and I think that tablespoon of sugar that can be added makes a huge difference if you're looking for a sweeter biscuit. But yeah, that's how you make buttermilk biscuits. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and that you make it at home. As always, if you have any questions or you just want to talk about the recipe, you can always contact me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.